Hi, welcome to Sherman Medical Supplies. Today we're going to be doing an in-depth demonstration on the Rifton Tram Gait Trainer and Sit-to-Sit Transfer Aid. We're going to go ahead and take a deep dive on how exactly the Rifton Tram operates and go ahead and demonstrate some gait training as well as a sit-to-sit transfer. Alright, starting off with the mounting point on the Rifton Tram, this is what goes around the abdomen of the user. We use the strap here to go ahead and tighten it. The user themselves then has arm supports, as well as something they can grab onto with their arm as well, and this is height adjustable. Coming over here, we do have the scale that will measure in both kilos and pounds, as well as the operations of the lift, which is just very simple up and down button. To continue on, the legs on this lift are adjustable. They do open up to go around wider objects such as wheelchairs, and close to go through sleek corners and hallways. The battery on this is an off-board battery, which will be removed to charge and very easily slides back on with the green indicator. The brakes on this lift are on the two back wheels. The brake is a push down to lock, push up to unlock, and this red tab up here allows for the lift's legs to only go straight. This would be for someone gait training to only go straight and not do any turning. Now we're going to go ahead and demonstrate a sit-to-sit transfer using the Rifton Tram. The first thing we're going to do is grab our thigh straps, which are going to go underneath the user's thighs with the gray side facing up. When we come here over and by the user, we're going to lift up their thigh and we're going to insert the thigh strap underneath it and center as much as possible, just like that. We're going to do the same thing for the other side as well. Just like that. And then we can finally come over to the Rifton Tram system. We're going to go ahead and adjust the height so we're right at the user's abdomen. I'm going to open our legs to go around the chair. If the user is then capable, they're going to lean into the device. Otherwise, you would bring the user forward, come to the back over here where we have our seatbelt. We're going to loosen this. This is going to click in over here at the other side. And then this is where we would tighten it. So we'd hold it from here, push it in from right here to tighten the device. Now we're going to go ahead and strap in our thigh straps. So the ring over here is going to go around the yellow. The ring over here, the chrome ring, is going to go either to the blue or the gray, which will vary from user to user. For this demonstration, I'm going to go ahead and do the blue. Then what we're going to do is tighten it, just so there's no play in our straps. So you would pull on this black piece here, and same thing for the inside one as well. The same thing will be done for the other side as well. I'm going to do the chrome to the yellow for the front, chrome to the blue for the back, and we're going to tighten. Now that we're all set and the user is strapped in correctly, we're going to begin lifting. The first thing to make sure is that your brakes are locked on both sides. Then it's a simple up and down button. We're just going to hold the up button, and the user is going to begin getting lifted in a seated position. With our user lifted, what you'll notice is that the butt of the user is completely open, so this can be used for toileting. This can also be used from transfers to a chair to the side of a bed, or from a chair to a commode. But the other thing that we're going to demonstrate now is gait training with the device. But the first thing, in order to start gait training and put the straps under the user, is to make sure they're lifted in a seated position. Now we're going to go ahead and begin gait training and demonstrate how to get the user properly strapped in. The two options you do have for gait training would be the walking harness or the hip positioner. For this demonstration, we're going to go ahead and use the hip positioner. Now we're going to go ahead and demonstrate gait training using our hip positioner. The first thing to make sure is that the side with the label is towards the back of the user. So we're going to place this down in our chair over here. And we're going to make sure that our straps will not be caught underneath the user. Then we can come back over here, open our legs back up again, and then begin pushing into the chair. Once the user is in position, we're then going to lower him down. onto the hip positioner pad. From here, we're going to then begin strapping them in. So what we have to do first is we need to take off the chrome pieces from the front yellow clip for the thigh straps. Once we have removed those, we can then attach the chrome pieces for the hip positioner. It's going to be one on each side. For the back pieces, it's going to go to the gray over here. Same for the other side as well. Then we're going to remove our thigh straps and then tighten our hip positioner to begin gait training. Now we're going to begin gait training. The first thing we want to do is begin holding our up button once we have the user properly strapped in. While holding this button, we need to pull the lift towards us to get the user up into a standing position. Once the user is firmly on both of their legs, what you'll notice is that the hip positioner has the user supported. So if they ever stumble or trip or anything of that sort while walking, the hip positioner pad will secure them and keep them safe. To start gait training, we now have the user stood up and standing, so we can begin pulling and the user can begin walking. To make it easier in the initial stages, what is possible is for the front wheels by me to be locked in order for the user to come straight to walk easier. The way we would do this is we need to have the wheels facing outwards like this, and we push down on both black tabs. Now the lift is much easier to control for both me and the user walking. In the more advanced stages, you can then have those unlocked and have the user independently walking. Thank you guys for tuning into this in-depth product demonstration for the Rifton Tram. This is a device that we do offer for both sale and rental. You can also view the device at our showroom located at 4840 Van Nuys Boulevard in the city of Sherman Oaks, California, 91403. Also, you guys can visit our website at www.shermanoaksmedical.com or give us a call at 818-981-9906. Go ahead and click the link in our description for more information. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching.